Genuinely, since I can remember, for years, the MTM SGS35 Aquiline has been my favorite pressure washer gun on the market, bar none. It seems like every single time I purchase a new pressure washer gun or try something different in general, I just come back to this because it feels like it's molded to my hand. Number one, it has the perfect angle on it, unlike the SGS28. It's got a fully stainless steel internals in here, stainless steel quick disconnect, stainless steel swivel on it, and to me, it's been the perfect pressure washer gun. And I just found something that might change everything. This is the Brug's Pro Swivel V2, which seems very similar to this at a lower price point, including some nice upgrades that I've really been wanting. So today we're going to be checking it out, unboxing it, and hopefully finding a new pressure washer gun for myself. Welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into it. Well, appreciate each and every one of you being here today. I'm super excited for this video because I have always hoped to find something different than the SGS35. Now, as much as I love this pressure washer gun and I still feel it's the best for my likings, I do think there are quite a few things on this that I'd like to see a little bit different. Again, I've tried many other pressure washer guns and intentions to make a review with, and I never really felt that I was going to give a fair review because of my very specific feelings on pressure washer guns. I'm very particular about them, and pretty much everything I've tried, I really don't like. So how this actually came to be, I was actually over at Colorado Detail Supply, which is detail supply store about 15 minutes away from my shop here in Windsor, Colorado. And big shout out to Manny over there that runs the store. It was the first time I'd ever been in. I needed to get some Koch Chemie products for a video I'm actually shooting later on today. And I was walking around his shop seeing what he had, and this bright purple box struck me, and he actually had one of them open with the Brug's gun sitting in there, and I was like, dude, this thing, what is this? And he explained to me there's a lot of people on, TikTok and Instagram that have been showcasing this gun, absolutely love them. He decided to try one and he absolutely fell in love with it. So he wanted to supply it in a store, and I picked the thing up and I was like, this feels exactly like an MTM SGS35 with everything I wanted changed in it. So I picked one up. So these actually retail right at $80. I will leave a link in the description below to pick one of these up if you'd like, on Amazon.com. Now these come in two different versions, a black version and a blue version. Now I want to rewind the clock before we unbox this and talk about what I look for in a pressure washer gun. Now honestly, I'll be totally transparent with you. You can pick up a $30 pressure washer gun on Amazon. Functionally, it's going to be pretty much exactly the same as what you see here. What you're paying for is a little bit of build quality, some functionality differences, and I got to tell you, this needed some upgrades. So this gun, one of my biggest negatives with it, it is unbelievably expensive. $120 is where you can normally find them on MTM's website. The 35 Aquiline, which is the full stainless steel version in blue here, retails at $132. I think for most people, completely overkill and just way too much money. But the reason that I got into this gun was actually using the normal SGS35, the black version. Now, that actually has a fully brass internal on this, and a lot of the times you will purchase these without any quick disconnects on it. You'll see this one does not have a swivel on it whatsoever, and just in general, this for me was kind of my starting gun here. I absolutely love the angle, the size, the feel of it, but again, didn't really like that it had brass internals. You had to buy quick disconnects, which is why I actually moved up to the Aquiline version. Now, this has fully stainless steel internals, which for me is slightly important, but is also not as important. What I think is really important to have is fully stainless steel quick disconnects. If you can also get stainless steel fully internal, more of a benefit there. Now I quickly want to talk about brass fittings because a lot of pressure washer guns like the normal SGS35, you'll see they have brass internals, and a lot of the times will be fitted with brass quick disconnects. Now, quick disconnects in general, I think, are where I have more of an issue with brass, and I think a lot of people play up too much stainless steel versus brass in terms of corrosion. Yes, you will get more corrosion on brass, but also think about the case of like a Krenzla K1322TS, my old pressure washer I used to have up there on the wall. Fully brass pump head and worked absolutely fine. Had no corrosion issues with it, anything like that. The active line of products are exactly the same way. I think where it's a bigger issue, because inherently brass is a very soft material, having them on quick disconnects or twisting on your hose inlet every single time, that's when you're going to wear out threads. You're going to, scratch all of that up and it's going to start leaking. So I'm a big fan of spending the money for stainless steel. You can see my whole pressure washer setup back here. Everything's stainless steel just because I wanted to purchase something that's going to last for a long time. So I do think there is, yes, slight benefits to getting stainless steel for internals, things like that, for long-term lifespan, but more importantly for quick disconnects. Now there is a stopgap in the middle, which if you're searching on Amazon for pressure washer guns, foam cannons, fittings, you'll see a lot of the time nickel-plated brass. Has more corrosion resistance and naturally makes it a little bit harder of a metal there, so you're not gonna scratch everything up. So if you're kind of stopgap in the middle, okay, go there. But again, I would recommend you spend the money on stainless steel. Now, number two, the biggest thing I always look for in a pressure washer gun is having a swivel on it. Now, the SGS35 does have a swivel. I will be the first one to tell you this is something that needs upgrading on this gun. Here at the shop, I am constantly getting the hose tangled up here. That's the whole intention of swivels, is to alleviate that. The issue here is this is an external one and is not a ball bearing one, and that is typically internal. And what you'll feel, this is great right now. It's great when you just have water pressure on, but not the actual pressure washer turned on. It's easily maneuverable. As soon as you turn on that pressure washer, it does get a little tighter and it's constantly twisting that hose. That is not something I love. The other thing I've been looking for in a pressure washer gun is the push to connect quick disconnects up here on your 1/4 inch side. So this will be where you plug in your foam cannon, pressure washer tips. Now you absolutely can upgrade this. I just haven't, I just haven't done it, but that is something I wish the SGS35 had. And again, for 132 bucks, it should have all of that. The last reason I absolutely love this gun is the way it feels in your hand and the angle of it. Now, this is a chunky pressure washer gun. I know it's not for everybody, and I also know I am absolutely in the minority of liking the 35 over the 28. Now the 35, if I put this out straight, you can see this is almost at a 90-degree angle. So as my wrist comes here naturally, I am shooting the pressure washer directly out there, and then your hose falls nice and easily. Something like an SGS28 at more of an angle here, you can see if I hold this out, where is that going? Well, it's going up, and then your actual hose here is kind of dangling off to the side. So typically what you have to do here is crane your wrist down. And I absolutely hate that. So that is something I have been really struggling to find in the market. And I've seen some other ones out there that just feel thin. They don't have a great grip on them. I really don't like, like Active Gun, I actually thought I was really gonna like, but they put rubber all over this as well, which when you're washing a car, you get soap all over your hand. Then you feel like you're gonna drop the pressure washer gun and it's slick. And I just don't like that. So now all that's been said, you know what I like. Let's unbox this $80 pressure washer gun here, which I think is better than the MTM. So as we pop this open here, we get a little instruction manual. Won't be needing that. We also get a little warranty card here. Don't need that. We get 2 Brug stickers, quality guaranteed, hopefully, as well as another kind of holographic one. Won't be needing that. But inside of here, look at this thing, guys. This is pretty crazy. That look like an SGS35 to you or what? I mean, it is basically identical, slightly different up here on this side with the actual design, but even how the grip is here on the back, it's nice and chunky, feels honestly identical. I gotta say, actually, the trigger, this one's been used for quite a while now, but you can hear that. Really nice and smooth actuation. Now I have seen some guns out there. I've been watching Cars with Keeve. Big shout out to Keeve. I absolutely love that guy. And he's been showcasing some pressure washer guns that have trigger locks on them. I am not a fan of that, just in case anything goes wrong. You split a hose, something happens and that mechanism doesn't work. This is how it should be. So that's my personal opinion. But the thing up here that I was really drawn to this, push to connect, quick disconnect right up here. So right on there. I don't have to pull the sleeve back. Holy cow. That's got some serious action. Let's see how far this goes. That's pretty impressive. Really, really nice. And then as I come down to the bottom, this actually has a ball bearing stainless steel swivel on this. So it is fully internal here. which theoretically should be better. Now we're actually going to test that here. But again, the great thing with this, fully stainless steel internals, fully stainless steel quick disconnects, and genuinely feels identical in the hand to the SGS35. Impressive. So what else actually comes in the box here? So we've got some thread tape. We have this little O-ring just chilling here. I'm curious, actually, we do have an O-ring in there, so that might just be an extra one. Recommend to Brug's, you got to put that somewhere. This is going to get lost. It's nice that you include it, but just be mindful of that. We also have a pressure washer tip here, which is interesting. This is not something you see most companies include with a pressure washer gun. Now this feels actually pretty high quality. All stainless steel quick disconnects on here. I will say the rubber shroud on here, or I guess silicone probably it is, it doesn't look the greatest. Some molding issues on it, kind of feels a little cheap, but again, stainless steel plug-in here. This is actually a 4.0 orifice. Now MTM also makes these. I believe these are like $20 to $30. I'll put it up here on screen what it actually is. And the weird thing about these, I bought this directly off MTM's site where you buy these guns. It doesn't actually connect in there. I don't know what's up with this 1/4 inch quick disconnect, if it's the shoulders on them. It does not fit in this gun whatsoever. It is very, very strange. Let's try the active one over here. I haven't tried it on this. Yeah, it actually works on that. So that's pretty odd. I'm curious to see if this will fit on here. I might just need to get, yeah, doesn't fit there. Might just need to get a new 1/4 inch quick disconnect on this. This has a 6.5 orifice, so for the AR635 back there, I need to swap this out. This won't actually work. But again, it is pretty hard on the side, which kind of the whole point of this is to be nice and flexible in case you touch the paint there. And then the last two things that come with it here, we have an M22 14mm fitting to a 3/8, I believe this is. And then the weird thing is we also have a 3/8 quick disconnect here to 3/8 threaded. And these actually go together to fit on an M22. I'm not sure why this is in 2 pieces. I gotta say, the stainless steel quality on this feels super duper high quality. So if you actually have something like the Uberflex hose down here, you'll know that these have an M22 14mm fitting. This will directly go into there, so you can plug your gun right into here. So I gotta say, the accessories that come with it, pretty nice. I personally am not going to use this. I know a lot of you have something like an Uberflex hose. That's a nice accessory. I just don't really understand the whole thought process of having these in 2 separate ones. That's my feelings there. So what do you say we hook this up to the pressure washer? We'll see how the swivel feels compared to the MTM. I got to say, from just feel on this so far, I'm absolutely sold. And the great part about it is this is what, $40, $50 cheaper than the MTM, still fully stainless steel internals and feels genuinely identical. The only thing I may not love on this is that it has purple inside of here. That's their brand color. Whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, I would save 40 to 50 bucks to have some purple in here. And again, yes, you can get this in black if you don't like the bright blue here. Pretty interesting. Let's get to testing this thing out. All right, so we're gonna start off with the SGS35 here. So again, I gotta pull the sleeve back to quick disconnect that. Sometimes just a little fiddly. It's not the end of the world, right? What I will tell you, over time, these will get some gunk buildup in them. And they can get a little bit harder to push back, especially if you have brass as well. But a really nice mechanical lock, kind of reminds me of a G-Wagon. Really, really nice there. So let's just pull the hose out here. And I want to show you guys what the swivel looks like. Yeah, you can feel it's kind of like grindy a little bit. It will spin around for sure, right? But what I want to do is actually twist this up. So I'm probably going to be off camera here. We're going to twist this hose up. And as you can see, as I just walk this way and I pull it, it is going to do its thing in general. So it's not inherently bad. I've used better ones. Now, as I actually turn on the water here, now that we've got a little bit more pressure in here, let's see how this is. Yeah, it really doesn't like to spin, right? Now, I still do have flexibility here. It's not inherently terrible for sure, but as I twist this up here, we got a nice little twist. As I pull this, boom, it still does that totally okay. So now, let's get the air out of here. We'll turn on the 635. So now you can see the swivel becomes very, very tight. Now, you can still move it for sure. So as I hold this here, still retain that, but you can also see how that hose at the bottom there does still retain a little bit of that. So that's been my biggest issue with this, and especially working around cars here in the shop, that's a little bit tighter. As I pull this, that's what happens there. So you can see, you do have to kind of twist it. You probably couldn't see it off camera there, but I did have to kind of twist it to get that twisted out. Now this, again, I still do retain twist here. So not inherently bad, but again, I just love the angle of this. Feels right in the hand. It feels like the perfect angle, just feels absolutely great. So now let's switch over to the Brug's. Brug's Pro Swivel V2 here, just way easier to get that in there. It feels really, really nice as well, and just push to connect, feels great. So let's see how this is here. Now I will tell you the other thing that I didn't even realize until just right now. The 3/8 quick disconnect on this, quite a bit shorter, so not as long. Look at the swivel here. That's pretty awesome. Now I know we have no water on this right now. Let's turn the water on. Frickin' epic. So let's twist this. Oh, it's harder to twist because that gun is twisting. So as I pull this out, you can see it does nothing. I don't have to twist my hand. I don't have to do anything. Absolutely love that. So we've got water on, just get any of the pressure out. This is so weird because it feels like a MTM. So weird, just with better, oh my gosh, guys. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm fully changing to this. So as I just pull this, you do have to do a little twist there. I think, you know, again, we've got a big 3/8 hose here. As I pull this, keep it level, it just completely untwists itself. Feels absolutely phenomenal. Whoa! Blown away. This thing is frickin' awesome. So, I guess you don't even need my final thoughts here, right? This thing would recommend every single day of the week over the MTM SGS35. I never thought I would find a pressure washer gun that I like better. Again, still has that same blue color. My only negative, my only small critique here, this purple on here, it comes with great fittings. I don't think you need all of them, but I mean, this thing, guys, is absolutely epic. I've never felt a gun like this. Well, I have, but this swivel on this with pressure on the line is like unheard of with that gun there. So I love it. I love it. This is what I'm changing to. This is my new favorite pressure washer gun. If there's any other ones you guys want me to try out there that I might have missed that meet all of my criteria, let me know. I don't think you're probably going to see me do a ton of pressure washer gun reviews here on this channel because pretty much every single one I'm going to be like, yeah, don't like that, just like this. Yeah, don't like that, just like this. So this has changed everything I wanted on the SGS35, and it's my new pressure washer gun. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in another one soon. Bye-bye.